Should you buy an HP OfficeJet printer? I will divide this video in two parts, the positive side and the negative side of buying one of these. So let's get started right away with the positive. Number one, the all-in-one convenience. This printer has almost all the features that you can dream of. At least for under $200, there's many different models. This one, by the way, is the 9125E, but there are cheaper ones than this one. Most OfficeJet printers will have an automatic document feeder on the top, which means that you can put multiple pages at the same time, up to 35 on this model, and the printer will scan them automatically one by one. But the good part is that this printer is able to scan on both sides of the page, which is very rare to see. If you prefer scanning one by one each pages, it also has a flatbed scanner. All OfficeJet printers also have a USB port on the side where you can plug a USB drive in case you want to print from your drive, or if you want the results of the scan to go directly on your drive so you can share it more easy. The transfer is quick and it's quite practical to have. To interact with the HP OfficeJet lineup, you get one of these screens that flips up and down. It's very reactive, almost like a smartphone, as you see, very minimal lag, and it gives you access to all the features quite easily. There's no button to fiddle around, no monochrome screen like other printers. Setting up this printer with a smartphone, iPhone or Android, or let's say a computer, Mac or PC computer, is done under 10 minutes, thanks to this display that makes things so much easier. Most HP OfficeJet are printing fast as well. Even the most basic model is quick. This one is able to print 20 pages per minute in black and white and 10 pages per minute in color, which is a very respectable number, especially for an inkjet printer. So if you're a teacher and you need copies quick for your students, well, this will be able to spit them quickly. So overall, you get the idea. This printer has many useful features, but what are the negative side of choosing an HP OfficeJet printer? Well, unfortunately, if you expect to buy this printer and print pictures, it's not the best choice out there, especially when considering resolution and color accuracy. Almost all OfficeJet printers are able to print at 1200 by 8200 dpi in black and white. In color, they say that you can get 4800 by 8200 dpi with optimized HP Advanced Photo Paper. Honestly, I was never able to get that because I don't have any HP Advanced Photo Paper. It's very sketchy to say that, and by looking at the results on plain paper, honestly, the details are looking blurry and it's a bit deceiving. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're gonna print, let's say, floor plans like these, or text files with a color logo, or some documents with some graphics, some colors here and there, some shapes, you won't notice the difference compared to other printers. This does a great job at these things. The problem is with the pictures. I have printed a few pictures just to demonstrate. Here I have a picture printed with the OfficeJet, and over here with a Brother printer that cost quite a lot less, the Brother MFC J1205W. Maybe it's hard to see on the camera, but just at looking at it with my naked eye, I can definitely see the color popping on the right side. And not only that, but details, especially over here, are much more clear. It seems that there is fog going on this HP print. And it's not only on this picture. Let me show you other examples. Again, we have the OfficeJet on the left side and the Brother printer on the right side. And I think it's even easier to see the difference with this picture. And just look at the sky over here. It has a very vibrant blue with a nice gradient, while the HP looks dull and honestly desaturated. If I make a close-up shot, again, this is the HP, this is the Brother. Take a look at the writing on the airplane. It's definitely clear on the right side, and over here it seems that the plane is flying in fog or something. I'm really surprised that HP decided to give these printers such a low resolution. And the fun fact is the Canon Pixma TS3720, one of the cheapest Canon printer you can get, it cost $54 on Amazon, is able to print at a much better resolution than this HP printer that cost 3 times the price. The Canon is able to print at 4800 dpi by 1200 dpi. Another negative side is the ink that is accessible right over here. So the ink cartridges, when time comes to replace them, there is one black, yellow, magenta, and cyan. When you want to replace them, it costs $134 on Amazon at the current time. This means 17 cents per copy. This may not seem high for you. These cartridges are able to print 800 prints every time you replace them, but again, there's cheaper options. And what's funny is that HP itself is giving you a cheaper option. And this is by going with the HP Smart Tank and tank-based printer, Smart Tank 5101. It costs $190, which is really close to the price of this printer, but it gives you ink bottles included in the box that will help you print 6,000 copies. And every time you want to replace that ink, so if you buy new ink bottles, original from HP, it will cost you less than $80 and you'll be able to print 6,000 copies, which means around 1 cent per copy, a lot cheaper than this. So if you're somebody that we're going to print, let's say 300 pages per month or more, I think there's cheaper options on the market. Of course, that Smart Tank does not come with a automatic document feeder like this one, but not everybody needs one anyway. Now, there's also the option to go with the HP Instant Ink program that HP is pushing on you aggressively, especially when you're setting up this printer. It asked me at least 5 times to subscribe. But even that program has downside. First, it requires you to be always connected to Wi-Fi to print. If you cancel your HP subscription in the future, let's say, I don't know, after 3 months because you're not happy, well, unfortunately, you won't be able to buy third-party ink cartridges. They will not work with your printer, even if you have unsubscribed from the Instant Ink program. So it's definitely not a solution for everyone. So who is this printer for? Well, first of all, for people or businesses that are printing less than 100 pages per month. If you're going to print more than 100 pages, as I talked about, there's cheaper options on the market. Under 100 pages will mean that you'll probably replace the ink cartridges twice a year or even less, which could make sense. This printer is also good for people that want all the features available on their printers. So if you want to scan on both sides of the paper, if you want to use your USB drive, this printer also has a fax machine I didn't talk about, but this could be cool for some people. If you want the whole package deal, well, this printer can deliver on that aspect. And now, who is this printer not made for? First of all, again, people that will print a lot. More than 100 pages a month, get something else. It will be cheaper on the longer term. It's also not a good printer if you're not printing often enough. So if you're taking breaks, let's say you don't print during 2 weeks, the ink will dry out and it will be a hassle to clean up the printer if it's possible. Sometimes you have to throw it away. Everybody that had an inkjet printer in the past knows that if you don't print often, ink will dry and you're gonna throw the unit in the garbage. There are kits out there that helps you clean it up in case it happens to you, but they don't always work. So if you're not gonna print every week, maybe it's better to get a laser printer that prints in black and white where the ink never dries out, and print your color prints at your local print shop or at Staples. It will be cheaper on the longer run rather than stressing out that your ink will dry out. And finally, this printer is not for people that value their personal data. I didn't talk about this in this review, but if you want to scan using the HP Smart app on your iPhone or Android, you'll have to log in into your HP account, which is free to make. It takes 2 minutes. But unfortunately, this means that you give up your personal data. HP will be aware every time you scan, will be aware what you scan, and will collect this data. Other brands like Brother, Canon, and even Epson all have their smartphone app, but they don't obligate you to log in into any account. So this is another thing that you need to keep in mind if you value your personal data. I'll put links in the description if you want to get this printer or other alternatives that I find better. Check my links down below. Every time you go through my links, I get a very small commission from Amazon, and it helps supporting my channel, especially since there's no sponsor. And honestly, I don't want a sponsor. I prefer speaking freely about what's good and what's bad about each printer I review. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.